Hey YouTube, this is TCA Gaming. So in this video I'm going to show you a few things that I bought and I think they're pretty cool. I'll go over them a little bit more in depth as we go through the video, but right now I'm going to show you first. We've got this note. Rusty, big fan of the channel. I'm happy these cards could find a good home. It was kind of sad to see them go as they remind me of my childhood. Hope you enjoy them. Patrick from Florida. So this is what he sent me. This nice box, or this not box, this nice binder. You can see it's got the had tape on it. But, you know, here's the first page. You know, anytime you see a collection like this, and this is the first page, you're like, all right. So this guy knew what he was doing back in the day. So we're going to take a look at a few of these cards. So here's the base set Charizard. You're looking at that and you're like, wow, man, that front just looks great. Let's check out the back side. Again, it looks pretty good. It's got some whitening along the bottom and maybe across the top left, but not much. I would put it at a solid 8 from PSA. Usually when you find Charizards out there in the wild, they're not that good. Alright, let's look at this base set 2 one. This one you can see is in a little bit different condition. It's got some kind of sticky stuff right there. Then the hollows, they do have scratches on them. Backside, not too bad. I would put it, you know, if I could get that off, maybe a 6 out of 10. Now here's a big one, the first edition Blaine's Charizard. This is a little different than the base set Charizard Unlimited because it's weird. Like this one, you know, if you have it, you know, just raw, mint condition, you're probably maybe $100 or so. And then you jump up to like a 9, you're talking over $300, and then a 10 is over $2,000. With something like this, it already starts out like $100 played, you know. And a 9, you're probably looking at $300-400, maybe even more. And then but then a 10 is only like $1,500, so there's less disparity just because it's not the original. However, it is one of the one of the 5 first edition Charizards that ever existed on the English side. One of 4 that are holographic. This one looks pretty good. I'd put it again probably about an 8, maybe 7 condition. It's got several places of small white dots, but nothing really all that bad. Really cool. And let's check out this dark Charizard as well. This is unlimited. It's got a mega swirl right here. You can see how big it is. Almost looks like it should be a different size swirl, but man, that one is big. It's like, wow. Condition, again, no bends. Does have some extra whitening, a little bit extra scratching on the front. I'd probably give this about a 7. Give that one about a 7, yeah. Alright, so let's keep going. Had a really nice first page. Check it out, we got the Holographic Muse up here. Those probably have some kind of damage to them. You know, those can get pretty expensive now in PSA 10. I bought mine for $100 recently, well, about 3 months ago. But I think when that guy had that opening through PokeRef, he actually sold a few for $800, which is kind of crazy. I saw one go in auction for over $500. So to see price jumps on that card, that one was that was a bit of a surprise for me. Next up, we got 2 Venusaurs from base set, 2 Mewtwo's. This one's base set 2. Then we've got 1, 2 pre-release Seadra and 2 regular. I'm not gonna pull all these out. There's a big card, Sabrina's Gengar. If that one can grade high. Same thing with that Gengar. Usually the Brock's Ninetales is pretty easy to grade. Dark Magneton. Now that's so expensive, I think it's worth a look. Alright, so looking at this card, you can see that there are scratches in the hollow. So we know it's not going to get the 10. On the back side, it's a little off center. Small white dots. I'd probably give it about a 7 or an 8. You know, not too bad. Next up, we have a Shadowless Magneton. I guess that one's worth looking at. Which these are all cards that he sent me in pictures. Wow, that's really good for a Shadowless Hollow. Normally that doesn't happen. Backside, again, just some small white specks. I'd probably give it about an 8. Maybe, yeah, about an 8. I may still grade cards like that just because, you know, I mean, it's going to be worth more PSA graded than it would be sitting in a binder raw where it's not quite, you know, something you could say is in mint condition. Then we got Rocket's Moltres. We got the 2 Zapdos Fossil and base set. Zapdos was the only legendary bird printed in the original base set. And then when it was printed on the Fossil side, you had the error version, which you see here, it's missing a little piece of the holofoil right there in that top left corner. Then there was a corrected version of this, which had that holofoil actually, on that corner the way it's supposed to be. Then there was a third version, which come from the Tempest theme deck or Thunderstorm, 1999-2000 dated, and it had the Cosmos foil. And then there was a fourth version that also had the Cosmos foil that was dated 1999, which is really, really rare. And that was all unlimited. There was still the first edition, which only had the error. So there was actually 5 different Zapdos that come from the Fossil set. I believe I have 3 of the regular versions in PSA 10 as well as the first edition, but the Cosmos, that one's really rough. Next up, we got a couple Dark Raichu. You better believe I want to be looking at those, making see if I can actually grade them. Then we got a couple more cards here. Then we have a Shadowless Machamp. I'm gonna say, looking at it from here, that it's got a little damage to it, but we'll pull it out anyways. Let you guys see. I can see this corner from back here, and then you can see the scratching. If something like this went to PSA, I would expect about a 5, maybe a 4, because it kind of looked like it has some indentions right there. But even the Unlimited, or this is considered the Unlimited, but really still a first edition card. But the Unlimited Machamp, which has the shadow, that's the main difference. You can tell there's a difference in print quality as well. This one is still pretty expensive as a 10. Next up this page, nothing too crazy. I always look for the smears, the smear errors on the Haunters, which neither one have that. And then down here, the Lapras, even unlimited, they're pretty tough to get 10s, so those could potentially be worth a lot. Then you have these first editions. I like how he's got first edition and unlimited spread throughout his little binder, because sometimes you don't see that. You just see all unlimited, or maybe 1 or 2 first editions which are in really bad shape. I haven't seen any 1999-2000 variants for the base set yet, but we still got a lot to go. We have an unlimited Blastoise here. We'll check him out. The Dark Blastoise, I can tell, it has some damage. It kind of looks just like the original base set one. It's got a little bit of a hollow bleed going on, a little bit of off-centering going on, but overall really solid card. I think this one may have a shot at a 9, but I would still say it's not a 10 contender. Got the Dark Dragonite, got the regular Dragonite. You can see some heavy silver on that side of the Dragonite. See what else we have here. Got the first edition Dark Hypno, first edition Hitmonlee. Really strong cards. The Lieutenant Surge's Fearos, those are pretty tough to get in PSA 10, so I'm going to be looking at them as well. On this page, the Clefairy, we don't have the Cart Clefairy or the Dot Chansey. Both of those are errors that aren't as well known, but nevertheless, and these cards just look really good. I love finding collections that have cards in decent condition, sometimes mint. Most of the time, they're played, they've been beat up, scratched, something like that. But this collection actually looks really well taken care of. Got some more cards here from different sets, Grass Focus. I would say, the one with the most potential on this page would be the Rocket Scyther. Even though it is unlimited, unlike the Dark Weezing, it's a tough grade to get. And Gym Heroes Unlimited isn't something that that is graded as much as you think it would be. Now here's a pretty nice page. We got the birds up there, and then Lieutenant Surge. That's a pretty tough holo to grade. So is Wigglytuff, but none of these are like knockout ballpark kind of cards. Now when we get to this page, there's some big ones right here. You got the Slowking and the Typhlosion. So we'll pull both of these out and give them a shot. I'm already showing you the next page. So first we'll look at this Typhlosion. It's a beautiful card, regardless of whether or not I can get the 10. But you can tell right there in the hollows, lots of little scratches, no chance at a 10. The back looks really nice, but with all those little scratches in the front, I'm going to say that card caps out at about a 7. Now, looking at the Slowking, the back looks great. Let's check out the front. The front has those print lines and then some scratching as well, probably also about a 7. Now some of these cards, these are not as tough to grade. That Meganium is the easier one for sure, but Meganium has gone up in price some. But let's look at, see the Heracross, that one's really tough, but it's got the big print line on it. So I'm going to say that one's not a gradable contender, and neither is this one because there's 2 of them. Probably looking at about 7s on those. It might get an 8. And then the last card we're going to look at is this Metal Energy, because it is also a really tough 10. You can see the scratches there in the hollow. Backside looks good again, so probably about a 7, maybe an 8 on that one. So a lot of 7, 8 material in this binder, and then I believe there are some 9 contenders. Overall, I really enjoyed getting this collection, and I'll make sure that the most is made out of it. So next up, I have a purchase from Ike. If you guys remember him, he's had some packs opened up through me. He actually opened up a base set box. He weighed them out, and then he traded in / sold his light base set booster packs that were unlimited. He also sold me all his extra opened bulk that he had, which is about, it was over 1,000 cards. And then also he sold me his light shadowless base set booster packs, which are beautiful, and I'm gonna have them sent off to PSA. And these are the long cramps, so they're true shadowless cards. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I like showing these types of collections because I enjoy looking at them myself. Give me a thumbs up and a like if you haven't done so already, and I'll try to have another video out very soon.